Ever wondered what pivotal event changed the course of the American Revolution and led to the ultimate victory of the colonists over the British? Allow me to introduce you to the Battle of Saratoga. Fought in the fall of 1777, it was a series of conflicts between the British forces, led by General John Burgoyne, and the American Patriots, commanded by General Horatio Gates. Located in upstate New York, Saratoga became the stage for a game-changing confrontation that would alter the course of the Revolutionary War. The British, with their superior military training and resources, believed they could crush the American rebellion with ease. Their strategy was simple, yet ambitious. Led by the audacious General John Burgoyne, their plan was to divide and conquer, splitting the colonies along the Hudson River. This would isolate New England, the heart of the rebellion, from the southern colonies. Their strategy relied heavily on a three-pronged attack. Burgoyne would lead the main force south from Canada. A second force under Lieutenant Colonel Barry St. Leger would move east from Lake Ontario, and a third force led by General William Howe would advance north from New York City. The idea was to meet in the middle, at Albany, effectively cutting off New England. On paper, it seemed foolproof. The British forces were well-trained, well-equipped, and had the advantage of a clear strategic plan. Yet they underestimated the challenges posed by the vast, unfamiliar American wilderness and the logistical issues they would face. More importantly, they underestimated the spirit of the American fighters. The British expected the colonists to be easily intimidated by their show of force. They anticipated quick battles and a swift victory. They believed that once the rebellion was crushed in New York, the rest of the colonies would quickly fall back in line. However, what they didn't anticipate was the sheer determination and resilience of the colonial forces. General Gates, a brilliant tactician, devised a plan to outmaneuver the British and exploit their weaknesses. This was the American strategy for the Battle of Saratoga, and it was one of sheer brilliance. Gates, a former British soldier who had switched sides at the onset of the conflict, knew the British military tactics inside out. He was well aware of the British penchant for marching in dense, straight lines, a formation that was incredibly effective in the open fields of Europe, but not quite so in the densely forested landscapes of upstate New York. Gates and his officers took full advantage of the natural terrain around Saratoga. They understood that the undulating hills, dense forests, and the Hudson River would act as natural barriers, effectively funneling the British forces into narrow corridors, making them easy targets for the American sharpshooters. Moreover, Gates knew that the British were far from their base of operations and had overstretched their supply lines. This was a vulnerability that the Americans could exploit. By engaging the British in a war of attrition, Gates aimed to wear down the enemy, deplete their resources, and sap their morale. But the American strategy wasn't just about military tactics. It was also about the spirit of resistance. The Patriots were fighting for their homes, their families, and their freedom. They were determined, resilient, and willing to make the ultimate sacrifice. This spirit was a force multiplier that the British couldn't match. The culmination of this strategy was a series of relentless attacks that caught the British off guard. The Patriots, using guerrilla warfare tactics, struck quickly and retreated into the surrounding forests, leaving the British disoriented and demoralized. The Patriots were able to launch a devastating attack that caught the enemy off guard. This was the moment that turned the tide in favor of the Americans at Saratoga. It was a testament to the brilliance of General Gates's strategy, the resilience of the American forces, and their unwavering determination to secure their freedom. The turning point came when Burgoyne's forces were surrounded and forced to surrender, marking a major victory for the American cause. This was a moment of monumental significance, a true pivot in the narrative of the Revolutionary War. The British, once deemed invincible, were now retreating, their red coats tarnished by defeat. General Burgoyne, who had once confidently marched his troops toward Albany, found himself cornered by the Patriots. Outnumbered and outmaneuvered, the British had no choice but to lay down their arms. The vastly superior British force, once a symbol of power and dominance, had been brought to its knees by the sheer determination of the American Patriots. This unexpected surrender was not just a military triumph. It was a psychological victory, a beacon of hope for the fledgling nation. The news of the victory at Saratoga echoed across the 13 colonies, igniting a fire in the hearts of the patriots. It was a testament to their courage, their resolve, and their unwavering belief in the cause of freedom. But the impact of Saratoga stretched far beyond the borders of the colonies. Across the Atlantic, in the court of King Louis XVI, the victory at Saratoga was seen as a sign. The Americans were not just a band of rebels, they were a force to be reckoned with, capable of challenging the might of the British Empire. This was the push the French needed to openly join the American cause, and so, the Battle of Saratoga did not merely mark a turning point in the war, it was the spark that lit the fuse of international support for the American Revolution. The Battle of Saratoga not only boosted the morale of the patriots, but also convinced the French to openly support the colonists in their fight against the British. This crucial support from France would play a crucial role in tipping the scales in favor of the colonists, ultimately leading to their independence from British rule. The aftermath of the Battle of Saratoga was a turning point not just in the Revolutionary War, but in world history. The American victory at Saratoga was a beacon of hope that echoed across the Atlantic, reaching the courts of Europe. France, a long-standing rival of Britain, saw an opportunity to weaken its adversary and officially recognize the independence of the United States. In February of 1778, France and America signed the Treaty of Alliance, marking the first time a European power had formally allied with the fledgling United States. This wasn't just a diplomatic victory for the Americans, but a military one as well. French military and naval support, along with financial aid, would prove instrumental in the eventual American victory. The Battle of Saratoga also had profound implications on the home front. The victory bolstered the morale of the patriots and gave them the confidence to continue their fight for liberty. The American dream of independence was no longer a distant aspiration, but a tangible goal within their grasp. In the broader context of history, Saratoga marked a shift in the balance of power. It was a clear demonstration that a group of determined citizens could stand up to a well-established military power and emerge victorious. This idea would inspire countless revolutions and independence movements around the world, shaping the course of human history. Today, the battlefield at Saratoga stands as a testament to the courage and sacrifice of those who fought for freedom and justice. Every year, thousands of visitors walk the grounds where ordinary men and women made extraordinary sacrifices for the ideals they held dear. So, as we reflect on the Battle of Saratoga, let's remember the legacy it left behind. A legacy of resilience, of determination, and of the enduring spirit of freedom. Today, the battlefield at Saratoga stands as a testament to the courage and sacrifice of those who fought for freedom and justice. The Battle of Saratoga serves as a reminder that against all odds, with passion and perseverance, anything is possible. This pivotal confrontation in 1777 was more than just another battle in the Revolutionary War. It was a defining moment that marked the turning point in a struggle for independence that echoed around the world. It was a time when everyday men and women stood up for their beliefs, risking everything for the promise of a better future. Their courage and tenacity against a seemingly unbeatable adversary demonstrated the indomitable spirit of those early patriots. The Battle of Saratoga was not just a military victory, it was a triumph of the human spirit. This event also showcased the importance of strategic alliances, as the victory at Saratoga was instrumental in securing French support for the revolutionaries. The effect of this alliance was profound, as it not only provided the American forces with much-needed resources, but it also signaled to the world that the quest for American independence was a cause worth supporting. The Battle of Saratoga also serves as a powerful reminder of the collective strength that comes when people unite for a common cause. The unity displayed by those early revolutionaries continues to inspire us today, reminding us that together we can overcome even the most formidable challenges. As we reflect on the Battle of Saratoga, we are reminded of the power of resilience, the importance of strategic alliances, and the enduring strength of unity. These lessons continue to resonate today, serving as a beacon for us as we face our own challenges and fight for our own causes. As we look back on this historic event, let us never forget the sacrifices made for the ideals of liberty and equality that we hold dear. Thank you for joining me on this journey through history.